Hey, beautiful people. Good evening. Hey, guys. Welcome back. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope we are well. Hey, hey, hey. Good afternoon. Good morning. Welcome back to our channel. Can you guys see and hear me clearly? Hi. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. I've been trying to get my equipment sorted. Sometimes these things just, they just mess around. They mess around. Can you hear me? Welcome, everyone. Good evening. We have quite a lot to cover tonight, so I'm not in the mood for any mumu equipment wahala tonight. I just want to get in because there's a lot to cover. Welcome, everybody. You can hear me loud and clear, Billionaire. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. Give us a thumbs up as you're coming in. Give us a thumbs up. Like the video, share. If you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Know your words and add tax. Know your words and add tax. Okay, my screen is kind of let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Okay, yeah, I think it's better like this. Because I'm sharing with you from YouTube the video that I want us to react to. I'm sharing with you from YouTube. That's why you see that screen on your thing on your screen. So I'm going to try and because I have two videos I want to share with you tonight. Two videos, two different videos, all around mother-in-law, daughter-in-law situation. Okay, we've talked about mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws relationship here in the past, but not for some time now. It's been on my mind to revisit it because it's something that is constantly, coming up. There's a lot of issues around mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, especially in the diaspora. So I'm looking at it from an angle of bringing your mother-in-law or your parent-in-law to live with you in your home in the diaspora. Okamilara goni o, Okamilara. There's a lot going on. Okay. So I have two videos that I want us to react to. The first one, I'm pretty sure is a real life situation, but I can't confirm 100%. But it looks real to me. But the second one, I'm not sure is real. I think it's acting. But the lessons are always there because at the end of the day, we are trying to look at the issues and draw out the lessons, right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you for complimenting my hair. I made an effort today to put my face here. It's not always easy for we women. It's not always easy, but I made an effort. Thank you. Thank you. I just literally ran out of the kitchen. You know. Well, thank you. If you appreciate the effort, give us a thumbs up as you're coming in. Yeah, I finished work, ran to go and do dinner, and then rushed in here. Easy, rara. It's not easy. Thank you, everyone. So the first video I'm going to play to you, it seems like it's a situation that happened in the United States of America. Where is Bio? I've never seen anybody that is so proud of that country like Bio. Say the United States of America. I think it happened in the United States of America. So we're going to react to it. So there's a lot of discussion around mother-in-law coming to live with you. Some people bring their mother-in-laws from Nigeria or other places in Africa because of childcare issues. It might be the woman's mother, it might be the man's mother. But what I noticed is that when it's the woman's mother, the wife or the woman in the home, there's usually not so much issues because it's her mother, right? So she understands her mother, she knows her mother, and that's why she brought her. But when it's the man's mother, mm, when it's the man's mother, and maybe they have friction in the family in terms of, the wife feeling like, the relationship between the husband and the wife and the mother is too close. Like she's feeling like you're not prioritizing me as part of you. And it's like, is the man and his mother against the wife is usually wahala. The wahala is too much. I think I saw a video recently where Pastor Shola broke it down very well. I will talk about it briefly, but I want us to have a look at the video. Okay? And it's a situation where Olokpa was involved. You know, you guys, you like to call your 911. Olokpa was involved. And I usually say on this platform that when you take yourself to Olokpa, tẹ́ ti lọ sọ́lọ́pàá, ẹ ti lọ sí police station. I don't know how you can be friends again. I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look. Kima, let me not get carried away because I'm time conscious. Right. Okay. Give us a thumbs up if you are just joining us. We are talking about mother-in-law and sister-in-law's relationship, especially for Nigerians or Africans in the diaspora. Before you bring your mother-in-law to the abroad, this is what you need to know. Hello?
Hi, I'm in an apartment. I don't feel safe. I'm in a domestic abuse situation. 912 Lakeshore Drive. 912 Lakeshore Drive. It's a house. I have a daughter. I have an 18-month-old daughter. I'm with her dad and his mom. I feel threatened. I don't feel safe here. No, more like the mom, the father's mom.
Okay, did you see that? So this is a lady. I came to find out because I listened to the whole video. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is acting or is real, but it looks like it's a real situation. And if you look at the TikTok tag, there's the person that posted it said US-based Nigerian nurse calls 911 on hobby. And this is why Nigerian men, home and abroad, are afraid to marry Nigerian women. Okay, I don't know who wrote that. I don't believe that's true, that Nigerian men are afraid of to marry Nigerian women. But I mean, that's the caption. So I came to find out that she called the police and the husband is also there and the mother-in-law is there. They are recording. I don't think she's recording. I think it's the husband that is recording her because she was on the phone with the police, right? And she's saying she's not having problems with the man. She's having problem with his mother. Okay? Right. Let's go on.
Yeah, she needs to leave. I don't feel safe in this apartment. I'm not gonna leave. I'm not going to go anywhere because I don't have anywhere to go with my baby, and I need to stay in this apartment. She needs to leave.
She said, this auntie said, I don't feel safe in this apartment. She needs to leave. Okay, you can see the woman is quite elderly. She's sitting there. There's a lot, that we are going to have to just assume because we don't know the full story. I don't know why she's saying that she doesn't feel safe. But based on this short clip that I'm playing to you, there is nothing in this video that indicates that she doesn't feel safe. Okay, so some people will come to the conclusion that she's exaggerating the situation, right? But again, I will be very hesitant. And we've known that men will come and tell you that it's happened before, that women, because they know the law is on their side and the law is usually taking the side of women and children, that they lie to the law. But just based on looking at this video between you and me, I can't see any situation here that is making her feel unsafe. But then I'm not in that situation. I'm not on ground. So I don't know what happened before she called the Olopa. All I can hear is that she's saying, I don't feel safe. And it's an elderly woman who is her partner's husband, partner's mother, that she's saying she doesn't feel safe. She said the woman needs to leave. She said, this woman needs to leave. I don't have anywhere to go. I have a baby and I've got nowhere to go. All right. So, but I'm just going by what I'm seeing. There is nothing so far to indicate that she's not safe. So I don't know why she's saying I don't feel safe. Let's carry on.
How long have you for me? The child's father's mom. Where can you? Thank you.
Ngozi.
That's the mother. That's the partner's mother.
Oh yeah. So we get problem for house. I don't call 911. Call Ngozi. Yeah, call Ngozi or call lawyer. Call Onyeko.
So I'm hearing a voice saying we get problem for house. I don't call 911, call Ngozi, call Unyeku. I'm assuming that is the voice of her partner, right? Okay. I'm calling him partner because you come to find out that the man said that they are not married. Okay.
Onyeko. Yeah, call Ngozi. Yeah. 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 See, yeah. Yeah. What about?
Okay, pay attention to this part. This was interesting. Pay attention to this. The son, I think the Igbo, she's saying Bia. She's calling he is calling the mother. The mother is on the phone. The son is on the phone, or the son is recording as well. And the mother, the son was saying Bia, was saying to the mother, come. The mother was on the bed, and now she's exiting the room. Pay attention to this part.
What about? General, what is up? What can? Oh, I know. But about what is up?
She can't go to
What
that
is
room.
up? What is up?
Go to that room. This is my room. Why would she go to
What is up?
Can you see that? She was trying to get into that room, and the young lady obstructed her way and said she cannot get in. I don't know. She's saying, this is my room. She cannot get into the room. And they were still on the phone too, waiting for 911. Okay. But she obstructed the door and saying she cannot get into the room because it's my room.
Why would she go to that room? This is my room. Why would she go to that room?
What is up? I don't touch him. I don't touch him. I don't touch him. I don't touch him. My hands are up. My hands are up.
I don't know what happened there, but there's something that happened there. And I think the mother was trying to come out of the room, and she did not allow the mother to come out. The young lady did not allow the old woman to come out of the room. And all I can hear is the man kept saying, I didn't put my hands on her. My hands are up. My hands are up. Oh my God. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká réṣù o. Èṣù lágbára kò ní gbàlà. May God not allow us to, get into situations that we will lose ourselves, we will not be able to control. Because when these things are happening, emotions are high, it's not always easy to manage these situations. And that's why it's always very important to try not to get to this point in the first place. Okay?
My hands are up. My hands are up. My hands are up. My hands are up. I didn't touch her. My hands are up. My hands are up. I didn't touch her. My hands are up. My hands are up. I didn't touch her.
She's not dealing with
My hands are up. I didn't touch her. Okay, pass. Pass.
Can you
Pass.
see that?
My hands are up.
Can you see that? At this point, the young lady blocked the door and did not allow the mother to come out. I don't understand what that was all about when he was saying, first of all, the son said, come from where the poor old woman was lying down. And I'm not saying because she's old, she's innocent, because we all know the horrible the horror stories that we've heard about mother-in-laws. Okay, we are not here to apportion blame to anybody. It's not about judging who is right or wrong. It's just about how you can mitigate these circumstances so that you don't get to this point. So it's all about learning. I know people will be quick to take sides now to say, oh, he's wrong, she's wrong. Please, when you start to blame, you lose the learning, you lose the lessons. You don't know what happened. Except you are telling me that they are family member, you live in this household and you know what happened before this incident. Please, let's not blame. Somebody say I know the husband. Egbon Baltimore say I know the husband. Really? Okay. If you know the husband, when I finish playing it, then you can tell us a little bit more. I'm going to share my link. Okay. But what I did see here is that she was now blocking the door. That's the young lady was blocking the door and saying, you can't come out. I don't know why she did that. And to be honest, it made me feel a certain kind of way. Because if you are calling the police and saying that I don't feel safe, now from this drama that we can see, and people can also say that, oh, maybe they pushed her to this point. Because she will say something along the way saying that they called Nigeria to say something about her. But again, I'm basing my commentary on this video because I don't know more. But the action of this young lady here by blocking this road and not allowing this Edede in Benin, what we call Edede is an elderly woman. She was basically using her body to block the road. This is what she did. I don't think that was quite right. I don't think that's right because we are Africans. We are raised to respect elderly people. Whether the person is your mother, is your auntie, is your mother-in-law, it doesn't matter. Our tradition is a tradition of respect. So this young lady blocking this road and putting her legs and hands and saying, you can't come out. For me, personally, my personal opinion about it is this is totally not right. It doesn't look good. Okay?
I didn't touch her.
You're not going anywhere.
My hands are up.
When you come here, you're going to go open the door and you'll come.
My hands are up.
You're not going anywhere.
My hands are up.
Tell me why she called Nigeria to talk about my mother.
Who did she call?
You see, she said the mother-in-law called the old woman called Nigeria to talk about her mother. That's the accusation. She said, why did you call your mother? Why did your mother call Nigeria to talk about my mother? I think there's more to it. It cannot just be the fact that, she called Nigeria. What did she say? I think there's been issue in the relationship. Let's just say this is just, something that, how something builds up. And at a point, the whole thing is crashing down now. Okay?
My hands are up. My hands are up. My hands are
Hello,
up.
ma. Hello. Ma, Andrew is beating me up in this house. I
Thank you, Lord.
for him.
Can you see that? Can you see that? Somebody called and she's telling the person on the phone right when the husband was videoing that Andrew is the name of the man. Now we got the name of the man. That Andrew is the one putting hands on her, but we didn't see that happen. It's not to say that he hasn't done it in the past. Though I'm not supporting him. I'm not supporting anybody. Like I said, what I'm saying now, I can't say anybody beating anybody. Okay.
Thank you, Lord. Go back it. Thank you, Lord. My hands are up. I have everything on video. Pass. My hands are up. My hands are up. My hands are up.
She refused to allow the mother to pass.
My hands are up.
Tell me why you called people in Nigeria to discuss my mother.
Who did she call?
Excuse me, leave her.
My hands are up. I have to video it. My hands are up.
Let me pass, please.
My hands are up.
You see, I don't know what's been happening, but ladies, please, I want to beg you. I really want to beg you because we are mothers, oh, we are all mothers now. At least, even if you're not a mother yet, maybe if you have, you are going to be a mother someday. Even if you're not a biological mother, you are going to have children that you probably adopt or children that you love, your godchildren, whatever. This behavior right here, for me, this behavior right here, I will not treat any elderly person like this because my mother raised me right. I don't know what happened. Like I said, outside this video, but this young lady, this behavior right here, to me, is totally unacceptable. You don't you don't barricade a door, and you are telling this elderly woman that she cannot get out. The old woman is saying, let me pass. Let me pass. For where? She not agree. Oh. She not agree. I beg, look, do to others what you want them to do to you. Oh. I know they are bad mother-in-laws. And I'm not saying that this mama is a saint. I don't know what she's done to her. But this behavior right here, I will not pray for it, that anybody should do that to me or to if my sons get married, I will not pray that somebody should do that to my child. Okay? Right. It's almost over now.
Let me pass.
My hands are up. My hands are up.
Let me pass. Please let me pass. You want to be here?
My hands are up. Leave her. Leave her. My hands are up. The door's open. Thank God.
Okay. So they are waiting for the Olokpa to arrive now. While all this was happening, they were still waiting. Right? They are waiting for Olokpa to show. My hands are up, Lumba. My hands are up. My hands are up. This is a very, very tricky situation, my people. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká réṣù. My hands are up. My hands are
Hands
up.
are up. My hands are up. I have everything on video.
My hands are up.
I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her. My hand, I have video going on. I didn't touch her.
I think he deliberately
She started harassing my mother.
as evidence.
She has been insulting my mother. Look at my mother. She barricaded my mother. Iyam is 67 years old. This girl started insulting my mother and barricaded my mother. This is my house. My house. Mama, you're not anywhere. Iyam, you're not anywhere.
The police is here now.
Like, I'm not married to you. You're not my wife. You're not my wife. You're my baby mother. You're not my wife. This is my house. This is my house. This is my house. It's my house. I'm not married to you. You're going to leave. You're going to leave. Where? I have a video. Where?
Come down here. Calm down.
Hi, officer.
Calm down. Everybody.
Okay. That is the first one. Let's talk about this one first. The other one is a different situation. That one is quite funny. So let's talk about this one first of all, because there's a lot to unpick in this one. Okay? If anybody knows more about this situation, more than we are online spectators or commentators, you can please come into the studio, or if you feel a certain kind of way, by now emotions, I know how I feel, and I can imagine how people are feeling about this. But there is no smoke without fire. So let's try to maintain some emotional intelligence here, right? I wouldn't want, because I loved my mother so much, okay? And I would not want my brother's wife or girlfriend or whatever to treat my mother this way. It would not sit well with me, okay? But then again, I don't know what's been happening in the background of this matter. I don't know. All we heard from this short clip is that she's saying she needs to leave. The young lady is saying this woman needs to leave, that she called Nigeria and said something about my mother. Okay? So when you put a man in a situation like this, a situation between either his wife or partner and his mother, it's not an easy thing. A lot of men will be confused. They won't know what to do. Obviously, the man is speaking there. He was saying, Yami will lost anywhere. Okay? He started speaking Yoruba at the end of the video and was like, Yami will lost anywhere. One thing I have to say is that if this was Niger, okay, I see where people are coming from, where they are saying when you marry and, the marriage in the abroad. If this is Niger, this cannot happen in Nigeria. It cannot. So the environment is what is, is at play here. This is America. All right. But I mean, we are talking about relationships here. Husband-wife relationship, even though this man said that they are not married. When it comes to relationship between marriage relationship and mothers, how do people navigate this situation? In some cases, yeah, I'm sharing my link, guys. I can see somebody's in the studio already. I'll allow you to talk in a minute. Some men, in most cases, they are usually the cause of all these problems. Okay? Because it's not everybody that lives to cleave. You see how the Bible says that a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife? Not all men know how to live to cleave. And so, when you cannot take care of your business as a man of the home to ensure that everybody knows their place, to ensure that your wife understands that this is my mother, I love her, I respect her, the same level of respect I'm giving my mother, I expect you to respect my mother. And also letting the mother know that, mommy, I love you, you're my mother, but this is my wife, this is me. Husband and wife are not two people. They are one person in the spirit, the way marriage is meant to be. Especially if you are talking about covenant marriage, Christian marriage. You and your wife, you are the same. So whatever your mother is doing to your wife, she's doing it to you. So if the man is not, if it is kind of men that, they are not very confident, or they are not bold, or they can't stand up to their mother, the one we call mama's boy, then this is a problem. I don't think a man should allow a situation to get to this point. Don't allow it to get to this point, because when it gets to this point, you've already lost. If you had handled the issues on ground, because it's not that day that they call Olopa that the issue started, though. The issue have been on ground. There have been things going on in the house. Maybe he didn't handle them well. Perhaps he didn't say, oh no, mom, we've heard stories now. I'm all your stories. I know a situation here in the UK where the mother of the man will come from Nigeria. He will come here to visit the son. He will go to the market and go and do shopping. He will go to the store. He will do shopping. He will come to this woman's kitchen and cook, and he will mandate the son to eat the food. Like, you can't eat your wife's food. So a situation like that, when a man allows his mother to treat his wife like that, what do you think is going to happen? So, Sherry, brothers, this thing, it lies solely with you to ensure that everybody knows their place. Before this matter go to this level where, because looking at it on the face value, the way this young lady behaved to the mother-in-law, I find it very, very disrespectful. I've got sons. First of all, I'm not going to put myself in a position where anybody, because I respect myself. In fact, I'm allergic to disrespect. Me, by nonsense. So no daughter-in-law of mine is going to disrespect me, because I will already respect myself. I'm not going to go to my son's house and overstay my welcome. First of all, I'm not going to do babysitter for them. I already told them. Make una born as una go take care of. I'm not doing no babysitter for nobody. I've raised all the children that I can raise. As you see me, so once I retire, I want to just enjoy my life with my husband. I don't have time for babysitting anybody. So when this couple go to Nigeria to go and bring, especially the mother-in-law of the man's mother to the house, and there are no clear boundaries. Mama, this is what you can do. This is what you cannot do. Then there is a problem. It starts from little things. Little things like food, territories, kitchen. Who has the kitchen? Who is supposed to cook? I heard a story of a mother-in-law that came from Nigeria, and because the wife was, I think it was Pashola that told that story on his show, and because the wife was working from home, and the man was an Uber driver, that the mother-in-law will use to cook. When he cooks, he will give the man 4 meat and give the wife 1 meat. Oh my God. As I was listening to it, I'm like, oh, this mentality from Nigeria about meat, for goodness sake. We are trying to cut down on meat so that, we can reduce weight. What is all this wahala of meat? But it's little things like that. And when the daughter-in-law confronted her, I was like, Mama, why are you giving my husband 4 meat and you are giving me 1 meat? That the mother-in-law said, my son that went out since morning, he went to work. You've been at home since morning. What did you do? You didn't do any work. How can you eat 4 meat? You should even be happy that I gave you 1 meat. Not knowing that she's the one that is bringing a bigger paycheck than the son that is going out to work. He does cabin, he does Uber. Nothing wrong in it, but because most times men don't tell their mothers the truth. Some men don't tell their mother the truth about how they run their homes. And it is very, very natural for African mothers to believe that anything that your daughter-in-law has, anything that is happening in your son's home, is my son that is paying for it. But Obodoyibo is not like that. People today still believe that anything you have once you are married is your husband that gives it to you. So there need to be clear boundaries. Who is the one that is going to set the boundary? It is the man. It is the man. If it's the mother-in-law, if it's the wife's mother that is there, you as the daughter is the one that is going to put those boundaries down. Pay, Mommy, I love you, but this is my husband. Emma Koja, don't disrespect my husband. But when you sell your husband out to your mother, that's when you now enter the house and you start to gossip about him and talk about him and degrade him, and you don't give him the respect. Wahala will start. Somebody said that if you want your marriage to last, never allow your in-laws to stay with you. If they come to visit, highest 1 week, 2 weeks, oh yeah, let them go back. Because if they stay long enough, they must see something that is wrong in your marriage. Maybe you are managing your marriage, you are just managing one another. If they stay long enough, they must see something. And it's usually something against the other person. Nobody can love another person's child more than their own child. If I go to my son's house, I love my sons. Okay? So I'm going to be looking out for their best interest. Is this girl cooking for him? Is she taking care of him? Does she know how to keep the home and all that? But I'm thinking that because we've seen the wahala and all the things that happened with mother-in-law situation in Nigeria, we are going to be better mother-in-laws by the grace of God. In fact, we are not mother-in-laws. We are going to be mother-in-love. So many marriages have ended because of mother-in-law situation, guys. No joke. No joke. A lot of good, beautiful relationship ended because the mother-in-law has moved in and stayed and begin. One lady, a young lady, oh God, I need to apologize to that lady because her story, I couldn't even do it. She's in Nigeria. She told me that she and her husband were living peacefully. They were living very peacefully. And she married, it was a marriage of love. The guy had nothing when they got married. But after they got married, luck started smiling on him. He got a good job. He was working for a air company. Things started happening for them. The day the mother-in-law came in, to think that it was even the young girl that went to bring the mother-in-law, but mommy, come and stay with us. That was the end of the marriage. She said one day she overheard the mother-in-law saying to the husband, oh, God, man, no more, you. Well, telling the husband, today, this girl, because of what she's done, you must put your hand on her. She cannot escape today. And because the man, he said the guy has never, ever done something like that before. Now he wants to prove to the mother that I'm macho, I'm the owner of my home, I'm the olori ile, I'm the head of this family. So that day when she came back, the husband descended on her. And from that day, the beating never stopped. They are separated now. Mother-in-laws, they've done quite a lot. It's not to say that daughter-in-laws too are saints. I'm not saying that daughter-in-laws are saints. Some daughter-in-laws too, I don't know where this young lady is from. Obviously, the way she was behaving in this video, I was like, oh no, this is not right. You have to respect elderly people. Barricading the door and say you cannot come out. I don't know why she did that. But what I'm saying is that there's no smoke without fire. Something has been happening in that. Something has been happening that this uncle did not mitigate all this wahala. Everybody needs to know their place. If you come to your daughter-in-law's house, if you come to your son's house, mothers, it is not your house. You are a visitor there. You don't come into your son's house and you take over. You want to start giving instructions. There are some very, very domineering mothers like that. They want to know how you eat. They want to know how you do kerewa. They want to know how you manage your money. They want to know how you manage your children. They want to know everything. And if you allow your wife to be the one that will step in to address these things with your mother, you've lost the battle already. There's no way that person that was saying that the mother-in-law was coming from Nigeria and going to do shopping and cooking, the marriage has pafuka now. Aimoye. But as a man, you are the one that needs to say, no, this is not acceptable. This is my wife. Address it. Don't allow the woman, your wife to address it. Address it. You don't need to be hostile to your mom. You don't need to disrespect them, but talk to them because they are your mother. They love you. They might think that they are advocating for you or they are trying, because some other in-laws, especially if they don't like your wife, they see your wife as the enemy. I've heard one before that somebody said that the mother calls the husband a family divider. That one, I've never heard it before. That is the husband that is dividing the family. That's what her own mother told her, that the husband has come to divide her from her family. Can you imagine? So you see this mother-in-law. It's not an easy thing, no. Okay, there's another video. The next video I want to play it. Remember, say I can see you before I start taking calls. Because if I take the call, I will not be playing, but this one is short. Let me play it and then we'll have a conversation about it. There's a lot about this situation. Okay, let's see the second situation. This one is about who will sit in front of car. I think this is drama, but it can apply to real life situations as well.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Mama, what's this? Calm down, Mama. Please go to the back. Let me sit there.
Calm down like that. What do you mean by calm down?
You see what happened there? They were going out. The mother jumped in front of the car. She jumped in front of the car. And what was that, Mama? What is this? You see drama.
You guys, stop disrespecting me. I am your mother-in-law.
Wow, you're my mother-in-law.
You see how the son is looking? The son is watching this drama unfold. For me, he should have just stepped in immediately, but I think the poor man was even confused, doesn't know what to do. Women. Wala wati you.
Stop disrespecting me, Mama. I am your daughter-in-law and your son's wife. I have to sit in front.
I am your husband's mother.
Mama, please go to the back now.
For what?
Go to the back and sit at the back. I'm supposed to be here.
Why should I go to the back and sit at the back?
I am his wife. Oh, God has joined together. Let no woman.
Let no car sit. Put asunder.
I'm not putting anything asunder. I gave birth to him, carried him in my womb for 9 months, breastfed him, paid his tuition, sent him abroad.
Obodooyinbo.
I suffered
Mama,
to make sure he becomes the man he is today.
I am his wife. I've been taking care of him.
So in this situation now, you can see that it seems like the mother-in-law feels a sense of entitlement that, the son owes him or owes her. I think if you investigate this kind of situation, usually a single parent, a single mother. I gave birth to him. I carried him in my womb. I breastfed him. I sent him to Obodooyinbo. I sent him to school. I'm the one that made him who he is today. How dare you talk to me? So to her, already, from her background, you can tell that she's seeing the wife as an intruder. As in, who are you to tell me what to do in my son's house? Because even the way she flew into the front of the seat, gone, even me, I was shocked. Kilo de, Mama, then it's suru. It's not finished yet to watch.
Good and bad days. We built this whole thing. Babe, please excuse me. Excuse me. Talk to your mother. So you cannot come here. Talk to your wife.
For you to stop.
Even the daughter-in-law too, she's very disrespectful. She doesn't have respect, because if she has respect, she would not even challenge the mother-in-law when her husband is there. If it's me, I would do my. It's not going to be easy, but I will step aside and see if the man will handle the situation. But the man stood, and both of them were confronting each other, which is very, very bad. It never ends well when two women confront each other. Never.
Talk to your wife.
Mama,
what?
babe, see. Why are you
You're not supposed to be having this conversation. Talk to your mother.
Okay, Mama, please,
See?
can you just go out?
Get it now.
Firstly, let's go out in peace.
How?
She entered again.
Babe, this is wrong. This is not happening. Mama, calm down. Please go to the car.
Then drag me out. Drag me out.
Mama, I will not touch you. Please calm down.
Of course you cannot.
Okay, fine. Change the first thing that's causing this problem. Babe, take drive.
Take
Look
it.
at how you're making it sound.
Please.
He said drive. He gave the key to the wife and said drive.
Mama, sit in the
That's
car.
what Mama did.
If my son is sitting at the back, I'm here with him. Please,
Excuse me.
shift to the other side. Let me
Sorry,
sit.
what did you
You can say that this mama is a real troublemaker. Compared to the other mother-in-law, this one, Jesus Christ. This one gave key. He gave key to the wife and said, you drive there, let me sit in the back so that both of you can carry front. Since it's front, that is your problem. Mama came out and said, if my son is sitting in the back, I'm sitting in the back. Egba me. What kind of a thing is this? Hey.
say?
I'm sitting here with my husband.
Okay, what did you say?
I'm
She
sitting
will
here
say
with
my
my
husband.
son.
And that automatically makes me your driver. Do I look like a car woman to you people?
My son, shift.
Mama, is it how you sit at the front and we go? Or I go back inside?
Please, can I have my car keys?
Have what car keys? This
Can I have my car keys, my friend? Can I have my car
Babe,
keys?
this outing is over. You won't tell me that now. You want to be like trust now what? Your mother should sit in front. Why? What was the meaning of that rubbish?
Oh, you are watching her. Hey, hey.
You see her? That's some serious manipulation there. Can you see that manipulation? Now, the mother is like, you are watching your wife. You are watching her. Hey. Women and drama. Women. Jesus Christi. If you notice, when she got to the back seat and said, if my son is sitting in the back, I'm sitting in the back. She said, if my husband, she mistakenly said husband. So this is what happens when some women, when they put everything in their life into their children, their sons, now they feel like you owe me your life. I need to manipulate and control everything. Okay? None of them was patient for the other one. Both of them were unreasonable. And, they disrespected one another so much. And you know what? I don't even know in this last situation now what the boy can do. I don't know what he can do. Because it's helpless. But again, this happens when other things have already happened. It's not just the issue of who sits in front of the car. What does it matter who sits in front of the car? Does it even matter? It's about supremacy. Okay? It seems like it's car seat they are fighting for, but no. It's about supremacy. Who is more important to this man's life? Is it the wife or the mother? That's what they are fighting for here. There. If you know, you know. It's about who is more important, who has the final say, who is the akpashe, who is the one that gives authority. Do I still have control over my son, or is it the wife that is controlling him? African mothers, I'm thinking that we have a new generation of African mother-in-laws now that we know better. They say if you know better, you got to do better. This last one it wasn't pleasant at all. I don't know. It wasn't pleasant at all. Yeah. Okay, let's discuss this. What advice can we give to brothers? Because like I said, a lot of men are the ones that need to handle this matter before it escalates to this position. What can you do? Or what advice can we give to even mother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, or whatever, daughter-in-laws, especially the sons, if you are a mother or you got brothers? How do you handle this situation so that it doesn't get to this? Because a lot of marriages are ending because of mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, palaver. I know quite a few that have ended. At the end of the day, this man, they are going to wear him out. He's not in control of anything. The wife will leave him. The mother will say, I told you not to marry him. I told you not to marry him. Then they would have ruined his life. How do you set boundaries? Anna said men should set boundaries. How? The second man now, you saw that he didn't do jack. He was just standing there, trying to be a peacemaker. But it didn't work quite well. Did it? I don't think it did. Okay, let's go. Mbasi, welcome.
Hi, Quimby. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you.
I mean, this is some kind of it's very comical, especially the second one in a way. Um, but here's the thing: with our generation, I'm hoping that we are going to do a better job in terms of our emotions, in terms of how we are raising these young boys to become a man,
Mm,
and to know that as we are raising our children, we are leaving the room for their independence at the same time. We are leaving the room for their autonomy
yeah,
because at the end of the day, we are raising them to become somebody, to become a leader, right? You have to trust yourself enough as a parent to know that you are doing your best and you are giving the best that you have to your children for them to be able to become a competent adult. That is the goal. You want your child to become a competent adult that they will be able to make their own decision regardless, right? Like clear cut. In a situation where you see mother so involved with a
their son's
man
life. Yeah,
yeah, in
in their
their
son's
relationship,
life.
the picture is not always look good. It's always there's something wrong with that. There's something missing for
Two
the mother.
captains cannot be in one ship.
Exactly. So it's like the mother never trusts herself enough to
Mm,
trust even her son, to know that her son is always gonna make the a best decision for him in every situation, right? Like in my situation, may my mother-in-law rest in peace. I
mm,
loved that woman. I mean,
yeah.
even in her death, I loved that woman. And the relationship that we had, not because of her son, is because of herself, like her as a mother.
Mm,
Okay. Because I mean, me and my ex now, we are ex now. Even as we are ex, I still love that mother even in death because she did everything she could. But like in a situation where you say, you can take the horse to the river, but you can't make the horse force the horse to drink water. I'm a
mm,
mother, so I understand that dynamic. Sometimes it does happen.
mm.
Yeah, it's really complicated in a way. Even sometimes as a mother, you feel like you've done everything, but the son or the daughter becomes something else. And it's, in some situation, as a parent, you don't have power over that. The only thing that you can do as you are raising them is to always do your best as you do that to make sure that they are able to live an independent life. Once they
Should mother-in-laws live with couples?
I'm not against it. I think that's an individual. That would be an individual decision, right? In my situation, I remember I never had any problem with my mother-in-law living with me, even though I didn't even know her that much in the beginning because we never really in the same room for too long before I got
Mm-hmm,
married to the family, right?
mm-hmm,
And when she came, it was supposed to be my mother that's supposed to come. And
mm,
my mom go back insists that his mother has to come. Just for the
mm,
piece of it, I hold off on my mother's to come and I let her mom come, right? And
mm-hmm.
I don't regret letting her mom come first because again, his mom is one of the best mother-in-law. I can't say anything against her. I don't regret her coming. Our
Mm.
demise of our marriage has nothing
To
to
do with
do with his
mother-in-law.
mother. Yes. So like
So,
I can only speak in my experience, right? And for
so,
me, the way
y-
I treated her when she came is I'm a woman first. You understand what I mean? I'm a woman. Okay.
mm,
So I related to her woman to woman level. I mean, there's absolutely this woman cannot, she talked to me like she talked to her daughter. As a matter of fact, she probably tell me more stuff that she will actually tell her own biological daughters because of
mm,
the relationship that we had. Because the way I see it is I'm a daughter of an older parent. I have the opportunity and wisdom to be raised by two emotional older parents, right? So even in my situation, I related more to older people than younger people. You understand what I mean? That kind of helped me in my relationship with her. When she comes, it was just two pea in a pod kind of situation for us. You understand? And I'm saying this because my experience helped me to get along well with her. And she was a good person herself. So it
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
not all
helped.
mother-in-laws. It's not all mother-in-laws that are bad. We need to say that. Not all mother-in-laws are bad. Some mother-in-laws, I mean, some people don't. I don't have any in-law wahala, to be honest. So I see what you mean. But we are talking about in situations like this. Number, so thank you very much.
In front of the car.
If
Doesn't
I
even
just
matter.
family, can you
It's
put
about
your
supremacy. Okay? It seems like it's car
can you
they
put
are
your
fighting for,
YouTube
but
off?
no. It's
We can
about
hear you.
supremacy. Who is more important to this man?
Okay, while you are figuring that out in Fechi, I'll take Bibim. Please, when I add you, just mute your YouTube or put it off so that we don't hear you because the sound will be bouncing back. I'll come back to you, Fechi family. Baby, unmute yourself. Thank you so much, Mbasi. Because of time, let me move quickly. I've got a studio full.
Sis B.
Hello.
Hi. It's been a long time. I've been busy. I've just been missing your shows. Every time I look at YouTube, your show is done.
Yeah, I've been clearing quick this year. Things have changed. No more 3 hours.
Okay, Happy New Year. Let me just give my opinion quickly because I know that you are probably going to be busy. So my opinion is because I've seen both sides, right? Where the daughter-in-law is the problem and where the mother-in-law is the problem. I think when people are planning to get married, you have to interview the family as well. Because African families, you marry the family and the husband. And, you have to be accommodating. If you go in there with a fighting stance, it's not going to work. It's not going to last. And you also have to know if your in-laws are people that you can live with. Because some people just want to get married. They don't realize that. Because at the end of the day, you cannot tell somebody that their mother cannot come to your house. I
No,
mean,
it's not coming. It's not coming. It's coming to live. There's a
coming
difference.
to live.
Yeah.
Because most of our parents don't have enough money to rent a hotel here. He has to see his mother. And sometimes the mother may want to come for medical attention.
Yeah.
So if you know that you cannot stand a woman, don't marry her son. And if you know that you are not ready to be accommodating, then you need to step back and reevaluate whether marriage to an African person is for you.
Did
Because
the second video, did you see the second video?
I did.
Would you say that the wife was not accommodating when she didn't allow the mother to stay in the front seat?
I personally, for me, front seat doesn't mean anything to me. As long as I get to where I'm going, I really don't care. But I know that a lot of women is a big deal because one woman has actually tried to argue over it before with me, and I say, just front seats. Not be the same place where they go. Take the front seats. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But personally, it's not a big deal to me. But I guess in that kind of situation, those two have been having friction before.
Yeah, but so the issue there is not mainly
war.
about the front. So if you
a cold war.
Yeah, if you look at it critically,
yes,
that seems like something that made everything now. You know how something will be piling up, and then when it's not about front seats.
Yes.
It's about supremacy.
Yes, and
it's about who is more important in this relationship. Shebi, husband and wife are going out. You are supposed to sit down with your wife in front, Abby.
Exactly. And the thing is, a lot of our mothers, they come from polygamous backgrounds. They know how to do all that politics. So the moment you lose your cool, you have lost it. They have pushed you where they want to push you so that your husband can see that, this is how he's talking to your mother. These women know what they are doing. They are very good in this type of politics. So if you are fighting them, you will lose all the time. You will lose all the time. So even if you want to meet them, be strategic about it. Be careful. Be careful what you say. If you want to say anything, make sure, the husband can be there, or you let the husband do everything. Let her son talk to her. Even if she blows up, don't react. She's pushing you. She wants you to react. She wants you to disrespect her, because once you do, it's not only your husband that is going to fight you, it's all her children that are going to fight you. She has brought out what she wants to be able to have that influence that you don't want her to have. It's just the reality of this African
What should
situation,
the man have?
unfortunately.
What should he have done in that situation?
For me, in that situation, I will take the high road. And then my husband will talk about it. We will talk about, since we know that, now so mama they do. Okay. So next time that mama wants to come, we'll be more careful, we'll think about it. But to start confronting and fighting, that means the old Molebi is now fighting you. Because what you will carry, because I mean his siblings are going to ask, did this really happen? Of course, he will say it happened. And
A lot of
then
people are disagreeing with you in the comment section.
it has never
Yeah.
worked. For me, it has never worked when you fight the mother exactly of an African man. Because you are
Okay.
fighting the whole family. That's my own opinion. I feel women have to be more strategic about how they
So you will
approach
just
these
allow
things.
somebody to come into your home and bulldoze you and do whatever they like because you are trying to live in peace with
No,
the family.
the thing is, she's not somebody. That is his mother.
So
Since he
let me
has
give you
not
an
set the
example.
boundaries,
Hold on, baby.
that is his mom.
Have you heard stories of mother-in-law that come to the abroad and want to take over the bedroom? You are willing to tolerate that as well, to give up your bedroom?
I have heard that. But what are you going to do? Are you going to fight her? You are going to push her. You are
No,
going
you
to
don't
be.
need to fight.
You are
That's
going.
what
You are,
we're. Hang on a
so
minute.
how do you handle that?
You are taking a very passive approach to it, and that's not the solution. It might be for you specifically, but we are talking broadly now, right? A lot of people might not be as passive as you are in handling such things. So
I
that's what we are talking about. On a good, in worst case scenario, how should these issues be handled? I personally think the man should be the one that will handle
yes,
it, not leave it for
yes,
you to handle.
yes. I believe the man should handle it. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying I do
Mhm.
not support the woman going all out, because that means the mother has gotten a rise out of you and she has gotten what she wants.
Yeah, because some people are saying that you might be a peaceful person like yourself who say, no, it doesn't matter. That's his mother. Let me please her. But some people, you can't please them. And they will continue to push the boundaries. They will continue to push and push and push until you've lost it. All because
The thing is,
you are trying to please them. So I don't think for everybody that can work.
it's not, for me, it's not about pleasing. My point is, you are not going to achieve anything by confrontation, by fighting, by dragging each other. That kind of situation, the woman will lose every time.
Not
It's just
really,
the
not
fact.
necessarily. Not if the man is man enough to handle the situation.
If he's man enough to handle the situation, she will not be in that position in the first place.
So the reason why I'm disagreeing a lot with you, because I've seen some really extreme cases, like the one I know, the woman that will come from Nigeria, she's broken the marriage. She has.
I have
That will
seen
say
that. I
that will
have seen.
say you must not eat your wife's food. She's the one that wants to tell you when you are going to have kerewa. She's the one that wants to tell you the number of children. I mean, come on.
I have seen that, and I'm not taking a passive approach.
So
I'm taking
are we saying
I'm
in
taking
that
a
situation we
diplomatic.
should just advise women to just continue to take
No,
that's a
I
form
am
of emotional
saying
abuse.
no, Sis B. I'm saying the man has to handle it, because if
Yeah.
you now go and confront and start dragging the woman and doing basketballs, the
Yes, you
woman
are
is
saying,
going
yeah.
to lose. It's true, she's going to lose, because this relationship that they have is a mother and son relationship. And unfortunately, in African families, you marry the whole family. It may be
Yeah.
a temporary battle, but the larger war, you are going to lose all the time. That's my own opinion. I feel that both parents, because it can also happen on the girl's side as well. Both couples have to have boundaries with their families, and you have to set them. If your spouse is somebody that does not set boundaries, then it's going to be a problem for you. So you have to reevaluate whether that kind of marriage is for you. Because it is always going to, because even if it's not the mother, it's going to be the sister, it's going to be the brother. You are dealing with a whole group of people. So before you marry somebody, interview the family and know the
You cannot
family.
interview the family, not necessarily, but I see your point, baby. You cannot interview the family. We are Nigerians, we are Africans. They can't take you to go and introduce you to your in-laws. You now call your mother-in-law and sit them down and be asking them, hey, If you come to our house when
Not
we have children, you come and do a mugo. Is this what you are going to?
not
It doesn't
not
work
not
like
not
we are talking about
not
human.
asking questions, but getting to know the family. There are some people that you already know that they are cantankerous.
You know
Even during
people, but you
relationship.
never truly know people until they live with you. It is when you can think that somebody is so peaceful, they are so nice, let them come and live with you, you will see another aspect of them. It's just like even couples. People will look at some couples and say, you must be the person that is the troublemaker in this family. This your husband is very quiet, doesn't talk. No, you know, go and live with them.
I've been, before I got married, I was in a relationship, and the mother-in-law was cantankerous. The sisters were the type that we go from place to place and be gossiping. There are a lot of women that we sit down and say, okay, let us gossip about everybody. But tomorrow you are going to be the gossip. These people always show themselves one way or the other. And I told that guy, I said, look, I beg, this thing is not going to work. It's not going to work, because this
You
woman is
quickly
going
took
to...
yourself out of it
I ran
already.
away, yes. Because
Okay.
they show themselves in certain ways. There are some things that they do to others. Just know that they are going to do it to you.
It's not easy like that when you're already married, but you already saw that and you took yourself out. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much, baby. You are taking the high road, and that is commendable. So that's there's some learning there. She's saying the man should handle it, and she's saying don't be confrontational. I agree with that. I totally agree with
Hello?
those points. Hello.
Hey.
Tammy, how are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
How are you? Yeah. Go ahead.
You can hear me? Sorry, my network is so bad.
Yeah, I'm
thank you
hearing
for
you.
having me.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I want to say, firstly, I disagree with the previous caller, respectfully.
Why?
In situations like this, I'm going to talk from my own personal experience.
Yeah.
In situations like this, when it comes to marriages, be it from the woman's side or the man's side, there has to be set boundaries that both couples has agreed on before the in-laws even arrive to live with them or to spend holiday or spend time with them. Because if there are no boundaries, trust me, things can easily turn from, within days, that marriage can crash. I'm talking, this is my mom that came to live with us after we got married. My mom came to live with us. She was with us for 3 months. This is my own mother. So it's not as if I'm talking about my in-law now. My own mother came to live with us. And yes. And because my mom has got a very, strong personality. She likes to be in charge. She likes to control. My husband she frustrated my husband. She frustrated my son, frustrated me as well. I give you a classic example. Because when we got married, we moved into a new flat. We bought curtains. The curtains, is straight cutting. My mom said, "Oh, the curtain should be cut into two. It should be split." We said, "No, that's what we like, and that was why we bought it. We like it that way." Auntie B, guess what? My husband and I went out. We came back into the house. My mom has pulled all the curtains down. She's cut the curtains into two.
So how did you handle it? Since it's your mother. Now, the tables have turned now, because this is not even your mother-in-law. This is your own mother in your own home, trying to control you in your own home where you live with your husband.
As soon as we entered, my husband and I looked at each other in shock. And I said to my mom, "What are you doing?" She said, "Oh, I'm just sewing the curtains." So my husband because I was about to blow. My husband just pinched me a bit to calm down. So we said, "Okay, we are coming. We're just popping out to the corner shop." We went outside, sat in the car. I was like, "What the hell? I'm going to tell my mom off." My husband was like, "Don't. Just calm down. Please, I don't want any problem. Because if anything goes, if you scream at her or there's any confrontation, it's going to be like it's him that is instigating that." So
oh my God. Timothy said, you allowed her, that her mother is like that too. She's still here with us. I put her in her place. I introduced her into channels where interpersonal skills are being taught. Kennedy, you
I
sent your
told
mother
you.
to school, Arubo.
At a point, Auntie B, my son came to me and said, Mom, I can't take it anymore. There's nothing I do that grandma will, she is just too I cannot. He was crying. I said, son, just calm down. Let's be counting days, because this is what we all agreed. My husband, myself, my son, we said, you know what? Let's just calm down. Just play the game, count down the days. Grandma will leave. When she leaves, we will have peace. At one point, she even called me and said, we are all pretending in this house. We are all pretending in this house. And we have to be careful with parents. Be it your own parents, be it your
I
husband.
don't believe that anybody should live with parents. You don't live with your parents.
No,
Honestly.
no, we shouldn't. No,
I've never
it
lived with,
shouldn't.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
no. I don't,
It will break,
personally, I
break
don't
the
want
marriage.
any in-laws to live with me.
Yeah, it will
They've
break
never
the
lived
marriage.
with me. They will never live with me. I don't want it.
Yeah,
I'm
it
the
will break the
captain of
home.
this ship. Nobody's going to come and usurp me. No way. Because
Exactly.
I have
Yeah,
a very strong personality. Okay?
yeah,
And if you're married to a husband that understands you, okay, my husband has a more calmer disposition. You've met Daddy while you know him, okay?
yeah,
So if you now bring a member of his family, maybe his sister or his mother, and their people are very lovely. I'm blessed. His family is
yeah,
very, very. I love my husband's family more than I love him. They are so good, honestly.
yeah,
Calabar in-laws are the best. The ones I've seen, they are good.
yeah.
So imagine if there was a member of the family, like he had this one sister who was a cousin that has a strong personality. You come and live with me.
There
Don't
will
you
be
think we'll be
war.
butting head every day? You
Of
think me, I will allow
course,
somebody to take over my kitchen and you come
there
and
will
be
be
telling me what
war.
to do in my husband's house? I will not agree.
There
Ijani,
will be
we'll be
war.
fighting every day. I won't agree.
I
It's
give
not
you, I
everybody
give
that
you.
can take the high road like
No,
that.
I for once I can't take it. I give you another example. My mom. I was cooking one evening, getting ready to go to work. I was all running late, so I said to her, "Please keep an eye on the food. It's jollof rice. It's almost just keep an eye. I need to go because I'll be late." She said, "Okay, that's fine." So I went to meet my husband in the living room. I said, "I've told mom to keep an eye on the food, but please, in case she goes into the room, keep an eye." She
Mm,
overheard me. And she
mm.
came and said, "Oh, so you went and told your husband to keep an eye when you've told me already." I said, "Mom, I just told him just in case you are in the bedroom." She said, "You know what? That's it. I'm not touching that food. I'm not cooking. I'm not." And that was it. My mom, I
Drama.
called my
So
husband
much
later. Did she?
drama.
Yeah. Did my mom cook the rice? No. My husband finished cooking that food.
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, Auntie B, she stayed with us 3 months. She left. We threw party, me, my husband, and my son.
You people celebrated her going. Babe, mama, please go. Don't come and break our home. We love one another. Please go.
And then guess what? Within 6 months, she said she wants to come back. I said, no, you can't come.
Not
We're
to this
very
house.
busy at this
No
moment.
way.
You
I'm
can't
traveling.
come.
In fact, I'm traveling for
Guess what
6
she did?
months. When I come
Guess
back,
what
I will
she did?
travel again.
Guess what she did?
What did she do?
She bought a ticket. She bought ticket, got to UK, and called me. Guess
She's a
what,
lie.
baby girl? I'm in town.
What did you do?
I said, oh, you're in town. Oh, sorry, I'm in Berlin. I'm not in town.
You told her you are
Yeah,
not in town.
yeah. I said, sorry, you're in town. I'm not in town. Because I was like,
Yes,
what town are
you're
you
lucky
talking
she didn't
about?
show up at your house. She could have just taken a cab and show up.
I told her, I said, you cannot do that. I'm a married woman. You can't leave Nigeria all the way from Nigeria and come to UK without calling me, telling me you're coming, and you just show up and say you are in town. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm
You know,
not in town.
you see, Tammy, you are a very lovely person. And the thing I like about you is the fact that you know that as a married woman, you've chosen your husband above your family. Because you are married, and this is a mistake a lot of women who use their hands to end their own marriage. When the problem is their own mother or their own family, this is it. They
Yeah.
don't choose their husband, they choose their mother, they choose their sister. And then when the marriage breaks, you come and start saying that it's evil people that is you go, you are the evil person that broke your home.
Yeah, because if we're going by the biblical standard of marriage, the Bible says where a man will leave his father and his mother and cleave to the wife, and both of them will become. And I reminded my mom of that scripture. I said, my husband and my son comes first now. I love you. My responsibility will never change. But when it comes to my marriage, back off.
So what did she do when you told her you traveled? Did she
When I
go
told
back?
her, No, my elder brother went and I called my elder brother and said, "Did you hear mom is in town?" He said she just called him now. He went. He was going to put pressure on me. I said, "Sorry, I'm not picking her up." No, he had to go and pick her up. She stayed with
You
my
better
brother.
choose your husband, Bumi. If you have a loving man and you don't choose your husband, or you're a husband, you have a good wife, you don't choose your wife over your parents, your marriage will end. It's not konshekpe, and it's not a curse.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of days.
It will end, and at the end of the day, those same parents will laugh at you and say, "Look at you, you couldn't even keep a home."
They will insult you that you cannot keep your home.
Yeah.
That you are the one that broke your home.
So my own advice, be it your own parents, be it your in-laws, both the husband and the wife, there has to be clear boundaries set in place. The parents, the family, the brothers, sisters, everybody needs to know, you know what, okay, I'll give you another example. My brother's wife, whenever they come to the house, she would always want to come to my bedroom. And I told her the first time, please don't. My bedroom, that is my secret, our private room, my husband and I, nobody goes in there. Because you can just walk in and the poor man is naked there. What's going to happen?
Pastor Shola made a funny joke about that bedroom thing, about all this mama that come from Nigeria and want to come and sleep in their matrimonial bed. Pastor Shola say, how can you sleep at night? How can you sleep at night? Don't you know this is the bed where they're having kerewa? Won't you have nightmare if you are sleeping on your son's matrimonial bed?
It's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
And I told her, and she said, "Oh no, that we're a family." I said, no. This is my husband's house. Nobody goes in that bedroom.
Absolutely. These are
She
the kind
did
of
it the
wives
first
that we
time.
want.
I told her off. She did it. She tried to do it the second time, and I just told her in presence of my older brother, I said, "Please warn your wife. My bedroom is out of reach from anybody." And
This
my
is
brother
what brothers need to do. You see how you stood up and you are the one that faced your family, including your mother and your sister-in-law. This is what men need to do. Please, if you are watching this, we have 1,359 people watching. Give us a thumbs up, by the way, if you are just joining. This is what you need to do. You see, Tammy is a woman, but she knows the kind of mother and the kind of family she has. Thank you so much, Tammy, my darling. I have to move on because of time. She didn't allow her husband, because she knows the kind of man she's married to. She loves her husband. She respects and honors her husband. So she did not allow her husband to go and fight that battle. She stood in the gap and said, no, mama. Because imagine if your mother just entered town without telling you, this kind of mother that want to, they want to be the one that is dominating their children. How are you going to tell your husband that my mother is here when you never discussed it with him before? All of a sudden, your mother will just show up. How do you think your mother will feel, your husband will feel, if your mother, the man might start thinking that maybe you planned it together and you didn't want him to know. That is where your marriage will start having cracks. So at the end of the day, what Tammy is teaching us tonight is that you, the husband or wife, you need to do the work. Don't allow your wife to go and be confronting your mother. Don't allow your husband to go and be confronting your mother. You put your parents in their place. Tell them, this is my wife, this is my husband. You cannot come into my home and you want to run my home. You want to tell my wife what to do. You want to tell my husband what to do. No, don't allow the other, because if the other person is going to do it, they will do it wrongly. That's why you need to do it, because you know the way you hold your mother. You say, mommy, you know how it's your mother. There's a way sons and their mothers relate. You can hold your mother in a way that you talk to her the way she will understand. Your wife doesn't know her that way. If you allow your wife to do it, she will do it wrongly. Your marriage will break. And that is exactly what we saw in that thing. The videos that I play. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Thank you so much, Tammy. I appreciate your contribution. Uncle Ade, I saw you a minute ago. Are you still here with us? Good evening, sir.
Yes. Sister B, good to be with you again.
Nice to have you, sir.
Your topic always get me so caught up. It's like
I know how to find emotive topics.
Yes. You know why? This topic that you brings up is excellent, and I'm glad you bring this topic up, because as we Nigerians always tend to feel like, I don't know, is this the culture or is it of entitlement? Because I see you use two words, supremacy, and
Yes.
I don't think it's supremacy. It's a kind of mentality of entitlement. That's what it is. That it's my way or no way, and I have to have it that way. Because what you say too is like, it's just like my wife says, she has a program, and this comes to us as we parents, and then we need to talk about this too. Parents, are we raising sons or husbands, especially when it comes to women? Because a lot of time we're not raising husbands, we are raising sons, and then we want them to, and they grow up and they still depend on us on a lot of things, in a lot of ways, because we do not allow that cord to be entangled and let them go.
The umbilical cord is still stretching.
It's
Even
still
when they are 40, they are still tied to their mother.
Your husband, my sister, because that's the point. How can our
time to go and live with them? Hey, Mike.
Yes, and these are the things that a lot of us that we come from that culture, with our, especially African, we need to learn to let our children. And I'm so glad because, Sister B, I see the way you talk, what you do. We have a similarity because my sister, I've reformed myself in America. I went to a therapy, I went to a program to say enough is enough. Enough is enough.
You reprogrammed yourself from being the African man to be a modern day man who fits into the society.
Reformed. You see that word, reformed, whereby I think myself, look, everything is not that, you did it, that's the way, that way. We always give, but I know that we can have, all of us, we come from all backgrounds of life, and don't get me wrong, our background reflects on us.
Of course, absolutely.
And that's why we, like my wife always tells me, we all come from damaged fruits. There's no family that doesn't have an issue, but how do you get over it? This issue that you have brought up, and I'm glad you're touching this, and I think we need to, and I'm talking from wisdom, and I'm talking from perspective of my perspective. I'm not a therapist. You said the right word. Man needs to stand up to create a line and boundary in any relationship.
Absolutely.
If you want a peace in your house, a man has to be the head to start it.
He's a man. There's a reason why you are the man. You are the head of the family.
Thank you.
Nigerian men, some Nigerian men, Uncle Ade, let me tell you something. Not some Nigerian men from when they are boys, like I've got teenage boys, adults now, they believe because they are born as men, that makes them, I'm a man, I'm a man. No. You need to understand your position in the family. If you say you are the head, you are the man, you are the husband, what does it mean? It means not allowing your wife to go on, like those videos that we saw. Not allowing especially the second video, not allowing your wife to be confronting your mother. And the man stood, he was just watching them.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do.
Yeah. That's a very difficult situation to find a man in. And for me, because what I see, I watched it before, it's a movie. I know
I think it's a movie,
extra to exaggerate it, but it happens. Because
it happens though.
What you see in that video happens to my wife.
Really?
Yes. This is a reality. My wife, when he gets engaged to my daughter-in-law, we are going out, 4 of us. And my son says he's going to drive. And the next thing, my wife, my son is driving. My daughter-in-law went to the back seat. And you know what my wife said? No. This is your husband now. You're supposed to sit in the front with your husband. I sit in the back seat with my own husband.
Not some of our Nigerian mothers who want to put our, in Nigeria those days when you put your hand and you hold the thing, they say it's the owner. You are the owner. You want to control.
Yes.
You see what I see? Some of our Nigerian mothers don't know how to let go.
That is the point. Their son is still there. They still manipulate.
Don't know how to let go.
It's all act of manipulation. It's all about manipulation and control.
He's my son. I trained him. I sent him to school. You can't take him from me. So when he gets married, it becomes a problem. Now you see the wife as your rival.
Yes. And I'm telling you, as a man of my own age, it comes from because my mother has 7 boys. So when I see that, because my mother feels like every time a woman comes to us, she's taking us away. Do you see what I'm talking about? She looks like she's taking us away.
That's the way they see it. And another thing that I noticed, Uncle Ade, especially with the second video, we said that's dramatization, right? What I see is that a lot of those women who behave that way, they were not loved by their husbands.
That's it. The background.
So their sons, they pour all their love on their sons.
Yes.
So the son has got to love them back now. They've
Yes.
given all their resources, their time and energy to raise their sons because their husband was probably running around, cheating or marrying other wives and doing all those Iranu, So their son is the one true love that is pure and true to them.
Yes.
So if another woman comes now,
she's
they are
taking
threatening that relationship.
They look at that other woman as a stumbling block.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why they'll have to put up the fight. Because I see that in a lot of my people here, that we came in earlier in the 80s, that were all in our 60s. Sister B, and this is what I'm telling a lot of people, and you can attest to it if I'm wrong. The best part of a marriage life is your late hours of the years. Because you know what? It's now you two. That's it. Your children are gone. It's just two of you. That is what is called, because before you are working together, raise them, do everything is just, but now is the time. Because when I look at myself now, Sister B, what I'm doing with my wife at this time is just two of us, because all our kids are grown. It's just like what I'm saying now is like, also, this is the essence of what they call marriage. It's not, just the.
It's not, for you, Uncle Ade, I'm not going to say that what you are saying now is 100% because it depends on the kind of marriage you had.
That's what I'm saying.
Some people are dreading that time when all the children will leave, because when the children leave, that means it's just me and this man go park in this house. What will I do with this man?
It's what you plan. You work for it, Sister B. It doesn't. That's what I'm telling you. It's two to time. It's what both of you have worked together.
The children are sometimes the buffer that will make the thing easy for you. So when you're getting to those later life now, you are looking at it,
yes,
this is my last son, is going to university.
Exactly.
So it's me and you in this house. Me and you.
Me and you. But that's what I'm talking about. You have, that's what I'm saying, that this thing, it does not work. You have to work towards it. It doesn't happen by mind, because you know what? It's a reality of life. It's gonna be you two are the one that's gonna remain. And let's go back to that point that you're talking about, our mother-in-law. It's like they have destroyed a lot of families. They have destroyed them, and you know that to the point that they don't allow their children to grow, to be on their own, and it becomes an issue and burden. And it's up to the men, because a lot of times too, Sister B, that women needs to look at us too. We men will be our attachment to our mother.
Yeah.
A lot of time it is difficult.
That's
for
true.
us.
It is. I noticed that, Uncle Ade, you are so right. A lot of men, even the men, even some of our men that always running around the internet talking negatively about Black women, about this, how these obodooyinbo women, Nigerian women and all that. When you challenge them and you talk about their mother,
exactly.
Don't talk about their mother. Their mother is always the exception to that rule.
That's it.
So the attachment is real. It is real.
And this is why that's what it happens, that especially when you have a male child, never you played with their mother, never you touch their mother, because you're gonna see the lion that come out of us.
It's true.
He's gonna see the lion that come out.
Their mother is the only angel. All the other women are devils.
They are devils. And don't get me wrong, we always as men visualize or have that vision of our women through our mother. So let women listening to me now to know that.
Another thing I want to say before I let you go, Uncle Ade, thank you so much, sir, is that men don't understand that the relationship you have with your mother is not the relationship that your wife will have with your mother.
Yes.
Women, I'm a woman, I've raised children, and I can tell you categorically that my children will tell you that the sun and moon stars fly from my head. Okay? But I might not be like that, but this is the part of me they know. Because I've loved them, I've nurtured them, I've supported them, I've given them everything they want. So they see me as an angel. But it doesn't mean that I'm an angel. So I want men to understand that. Because you see your mother as somebody that never does anything wrong, doesn't mean that they are going to go and ask other people's opinion.
Yeah.
They will tell you, your mother, she's a troublemaker. Your mother, you know. So
Yeah.
the version of what women, as women, what we show, it depends on who we are dealing with. With our children,
Yeah.
we are 100% love,
Yes.
protection.
And that's
But
with
daughter-in-laws, it might not just be the same.
Not the same. Because, and before I go, and this is what I want to share, because for me personally, and this is what I tell my sibling, I said, our wife are not responsible for our parents. We are. But if they come in and do their job, it's just by the grace of God that they do it. But the soul, because, and that's another fact we have to look at it, because in Nigeria, we tell you, oh, my wife supposed to take care of my parents, or my mother. But she's not. She doesn't give birth to you. She only gives birth to me. So my sole responsibility is to me. If I come to my wife and say, look, I need your support. I need your help for this. Then I'm seeking that, and then she can, support. But for us to think that, oh, my mother, and the fact is that everything that we as men, this is what I always teach young men, and know the type of woman you get into, and that's why you have a courtship. That's why you have a relationship, and that's why. See, before I go, I would like you to, you have my email and line number. That gentleman from Canada, Ola, I need to get in touch with him because I can help him out. The gentleman is in crisis. If Ola is listening, Sister B is going to forward my email and phone, because I would love to help him out.
Okay.
That's
all right. I don't have his contact, but I mean, Paraventure is watching. Ola in Canada, the one that called the other day and talked about his own situation with his children.
When he was discussing the issue on your show, I feel emotional.
I remember him. Yeah, I remember him.
I feel emotional, and I feel like this is, and then it's something that your show. This is what I love about your show. It's not just about rapping, talking. It's about helping us in diaspora. It's allowing us to reform, but to create another awareness in our culture that is toxic. And this is what I always tell people, because I'm married to a Caribbean. And I don't come to my house and say my African Nigerian culture is the best. No, it's not. And our Caribbean culture is not the best. No, it's not. But let's agree to what
works and what doesn't work, and how we can help ourselves. Absolutely.
Because, Mr. B, I can say this categorically, and the world can hear me. We'll never have corporal punishment for my children. We discipline them. So that's it.
I think with our last situation, there's a lot of cultural differences that was not well managed.
Yes.
He didn't manage the cultural aspect, and that's why.
And
I was listening to it in a Man of
he loved that woman. Don't get me wrong.
13-year-old.
Yes, he loved that woman. He loved that woman.
Well. And may God help us.
Yeah,
parenting is another thing that is a big palaver.
Like I said, every parent listening today, the children, you brings them to the world. So you are so responsible for them. They didn't ask you to bring them to the world. You decide, because you are the one that do the career that happens to them. So we are more our own soul responsibility. And I tell a lot of people, Sister B, my achievement in the abroad world is my children. Because I have 3 cars, I have 2 houses. It's irrelevant.
It's nonsense. Your legacy is
this world.
Your legacy is your children. Yeah.
What legacy do I leave behind?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Ola. I appreciate you, Uncle Ade. God bless you, sir.
God bless
Thank you.
Always, because the way you're not a tabloid. You're not a tabloid. You are a reality.
We try not to be. We have so many issues in our community. Yeah. Once in a while, we do the funny one and the buzz goes but okay.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much. Uncle Ade in the building all the way from New York City. Okay, Ifechi, you are back.
Yes,
okay.
I'm back.
Hello, good evening, sis. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. Thank you. This topic is very dear to my heart because I'm a mom of 4 grown-up sons, one of which is now married, And from what you, I was laughing when you said that you told your children that they should have the number of children they can manage. Nobody's going to use you for babysitting. That's exactly
No,
what I said to
I
them.
don't have time for
I'm
any
leaving. Yeah,
babysitting.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. I
I'm not
said
doing any
I'm leaving.
babysitting.
I'm living here with your dad. You've all gone. It's just two of us now. We are having our best lives. When you have, like, we have the first grandson just arrived, and we're going to go there. We can see them because thank God her mother, my daughter-in-law's mother, is there to look after her, and then I can go later for a few days if I want. But what I'm trying to say is that we have to know our boundaries and know that our children. I always say to my boys when they were younger, I say, look, use me as a tester for when you get married because you don't have a sister. When you get married, this is how to treat a wife, and they know it from the beginning. And I made up my mind that I'm not going to be one of those people who talk about mother-in-law. I have, like, just like you, I haven't got the time. I'm a very professional person. I'm very busy with my work. What time do I have to go and start struggling for who sits where and who does what? I don't believe in mother-in-laws or in-laws coming to live. I don't believe in that. I don't support it. No matter, for me, my in-laws, my mother-in-law, she's gone now. But when she was alive, she actually came to here in the UK to stay with us to help me out. Actually, she stayed with us for 6 months, and that was okay because my mother-in-law is like my own mother. She knows her boundaries as well. She was never a problem. If anything, in fact, I don't even know what to say. So for the 6 months, it was like I didn't want her to go because she was here at that time. I was studying, so that worked out so well. But I will not encourage any mother-in-law to come and live and stay like living. I've seen some living for 5 years, 2 years with their daughter and causing problem for their son-in-law. So to me, that one is not good. But if they will come and visit and mind their business and know that this is their all this idea of, oh, this is my husband's sorry, this is my
This is my
son's
son's
house.
house.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God it's your son's house. It's not your house. It's your son's house. So you said the right thing. I always say to mothers, all this is your son's house. Thank God you are a visitor here. No matter how hard you want to understand it. I'm talking from somebody who has sons. When I go to my son's house, I know my place.
Yes,
And
so.
I know and I respect myself because just like you said, I'm allergic to disrespect. So I respect
No,
myself first. And I
I'm
know my
allergic to.
boundaries. Yes, very allergic to it. So
Mm.
when you respect yourself, I don't think all this mother-in-law, daughter-in-law nonsense will be happening because
Yeah.
they know how you carry yourself. They know that you are not hungry and you're not the type that will come and start looking. Oh, my son is doing this. Oh, my son's money is finishing here. Look at how you're spending money. It's none of my business how they spend their money. It's his own home now. I have my own home. I've raised him up. He's now married. Thank God my first daughter-in-law is like a daughter to me. You don't even know the difference between two of us. But still, that does not remove that the fact that I know that their house is their home is their home. When I go there as a visitor and go home again. There, that the mutual respect and love will be there. But when you start imposing yourself, let me talk about this entering the front seat or not entering the front seat. For starters, I would not be like that anyway because I know my place. However, if a situation like that, for example, if the mother-in-law is an older woman and maybe in the front seat might be better, more comfortable for her, that will be something that can be discussed and that shouldn't be a
You
problem.
offer it to her without you won't.
You will leave
you
I will
you
be
don't
the
fight
one to
it.
say,
Let her sit.
yes, I'll say, oh, mama, front will be better for you because of your leg or whatever. Sit in front and I'll sit at the back. It doesn't matter. But when it's those younger one, like that person that we saw, who just think that it's my son's car, I have to sit in front. It doesn't make sense. This is just people
Yeah.
causing problem where there shouldn't be any
I
problem.
think these younger ones here, my sister,
Yeah.
they are not even, because some of them they heard these horror stories about mother-in-laws.
Yes, come prepared.
They prepared. Exactly. Some of
They
them
come
you will not
prepared.
believe, you don't know how bad it is in Nigeria. You'll be hearing girls says, I won't marry a man that has a
Mm,
mother.
mm.
That's how
Well,
bad it is because of the horror stories.
and I always say to them, you are praying a dangerous prayer because The same might be for, very dangerous prayer, very dangerous wish, because that can boomerang. You are a mother as well. So you're praying, it just doesn't make sense when people say that. Yeah.
There's some things you just have to ignore. The car seat one, if it's me, to be honest, I'm not going to make a big, except there are other issues on ground already where I felt like I've been disrespected. And this is an opportunity for me now to show myself. But with the car seat one, what's the big deal? Back in Nigeria, is now sit for back, now be the owner. You don't know the owner's corner. The owner's corner is behind the other side. The driver will be here, you will be on the other side. So yeah. What I'm going to say is that sometimes it's not everything that you react to. Let some things go. Okay? But the husband again, or the son or daughter needs to address their parents. Very, very important. The man should have addressed the issues before he got to that point where he has escalated. Thank you so much, Ifechi family. Because of time again, I need to move very, very quickly. We still got so many people waiting. Honey babe, you are next. Okay. Hi, honey babe.
Hi, Auntie B. How are you doing? You okay?
I'm all right, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm coming from two different perspectives.
Okay.
I was married, obviously, I divorced, and there was a time where my mom was staying with me because I had my first child. And I remember she is quite controlling and everything, but obviously we're good now. But say a couple of years when I was married, she was very, very interfering in my business. There was many times where I think my ex-husband would say things like, mommy, I'm not intimate with so-and-so. You know, my mom, she would actually call me at work and say, your husband has reported you to me. Do you understand? And I'd be like, are you joking? Why are you calling me about that? So she would do things like that. And I think I let it go once, twice. And then I had to sit her down. Now, mommy, you can't be behaving like this. Is it because you're living with me? You're helping me with my child, but you cannot be interfering in my marriage with my husband. It got so bad that it got to a stage where the marriage actually crumbled. And
was it because of in-laws or your mother?
It was in-laws and there was other stuff, but my mom didn't help matters. And I had to make her understand. She said, we will have an argument. She will rush upstairs and be telling me that I shouldn't be arguing with my husband. Can you imagine?
Okay, so she was living with you to take care of your child?
She was living with me because of my child, yes. Big mistake, like I said. And then obviously, big mistake. Hasn't happened since, even with my second child. So obviously what happened is that the marriage ended. Obviously there was other issues as well. She did end up still staying with me for another year. Do you know, we got to one stage that I remember one time I was breastfeeding my child. It was Sunday morning. And I haven't been going to church, as you wish, when you're breastfeeding, and I had another child. So I've got 2 children under 3. It was a lot going on and I wasn't with my husband. She now banged, she said I should go to church. I said, Mommy, I can't go to church. I'm not feeling too well and I'm breastfeeding this child. Do you know, she switched the light on, made so much noise to wake up all the children.
So she's very controlling. That's what we can establish.
Yes.
But you already know the personality of your mother. Why did you allow her to come and live with you?
As I said, accountability.
I like that.
I've learned from that and I'll never do it again. What happened is that I used the excuse, I got 2 small kids. I'm not with my husband anymore. I needed help.
Let me tell you something, honey babe. I like the fact that you bring that word accountability, and you obviously I see you as somebody that reflects a lot. You self-reflect.
I do try to. I'm not perfect. Like I said, it got to one stage where, I'm not gonna lie, we had massive arguments. I got to one stage, I had to even call one of my friends that I beg, you need to speak to my mom. I can't take her drama anymore. Eventually, she got her own place, and now I see her every day. We have a fantastic relationship, but we had to go through it, and I had to give her boundaries. So, do you understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes people don't want to pay for childcare. They feel it's cheaper if I bring my mother or his mother.
I think what it was because I don't want to go into much details, but I was contracting, so there was no maternity leave. So I had to go back when my second child was only 3 months. There was a waiting list to get him into nursery. So unfortunately, yes, I had to use my mum for childcare.
If you are contracting, the first rule is that if you are having babies, don't be a contractor. It doesn't
Yes.
work in your favor
Yeah.
because
I've
there's no
learned from that.
mentality.
As I said,
Yeah.
everything I'm saying to you, mistake, I've learned from that. Then I want to give you the other side of it, where I'm now with a new partner. We have a child, and the mother-in-law that I have, fantastic, no issues, no drama. I call her all the time. She asked about the kids. She's fantastic. So I'm trying to give you both sides. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But what I will say is that I learned that as much as I love my mom, I will never allow her to live with me.
Don't. She will ruin this other relationship again. Don't allow her.
Trust me, exactly. And one thing I like about my partner, that even with his mother, he has set boundaries.
Yeah.
If she wants to come, she has to let him know first.
Yeah.
She can't just drop up in the house. And even with the grandchildren, she cannot just be demanding or or doing anything. It has to go through him first. So what I'm trying to say to you, my partner was born and brought up in Nigeria. He's very traditional, but at the same time, he has set boundaries in terms of his in-laws, in terms of his family, his mom and his siblings when it comes to our family.
Absolutely spot on. You learned your lessons, and
Trust me, Auntie B.
Well done. Our accountability prefects. You
Thank
are
you very
our
much.
accountability prefect. Thank you so much, honey babe. Love you very much. Thank you so much. I wish you the very best of luck. Let your mom live in her house. Some relationships is better afar. It's like a long distance relationship. Some couples, they will survive if they live apart. But when they live in the same house, the marriage will not last. So it's like that with your parents sometimes. You need to know the personality of your parents. Don't allow your partner to be the one that is going to try to figure out who your parent is, who is going to have to try to manage their character. Temiti said she put her mother in classes to go to school. School agbalagba non pay. So imagine, I mean, we're laughing about it, but imagine if Temiti allowed her mother to just unleash herself in her home, and the husband is the one that is coming to manage that behavior. It's going to be very problematic. Please, you are the one that should manage your parent. Don't allow your partner to be the one, because they will mismanage it. Wahala lo ba de. You know what you did to me there is wisdom. You know the kind of person your mother is. Just like Tammy. She said, I told my mother, no. She bought tickets all the way from Nigeria. Imagine. A mother that can buy ticket because she can afford it. She bought ticket and then tagged to come to UK. And from the airport, she's calling you, I'm in the airport, come and pick me. Imagine what she would do to you if she's living with you. Some of you need to safeguard your partners from your parents. You love them, you respect them, you honor them. Like the Bible says, honor your father and your mother. Nobody's saying don't honor your parents, but love them from afar. Respect them from afar. Give them money, look after them, build house for them, buy car for them. But if they are going to make the life of your partner difficult, please don't bring them to your home. Two very strong personalities cannot coexist. It doesn't work. Wahala lo ba de. I hope we're learning the lessons. Thank you, guys. Give us a thumbs up as you're coming in. Sheila, you are next. Then I'll come to Opeyemi and then Olumide. Hi.
Hi, Auntie Bridget. How are you?
I'm all right, sweetheart. Where are you joining us from?
I am in Alexandria, Virginia right now, so I'm right outside of DC.
Welcome. I might be coming your way soon.
Oh, please let me know when you come.
Are you gonna come and see me? Are you sure?
I will come. I will come with my entire squad. We will come.
Okay. Okay. All right. What do you have to say? You sound very young. You're not married, are you?
No, I'm 29. But I have a lot of friends getting married, especially like the last few years, and it's interesting because this issue keeps coming up even like before like the actual marriage. So I don't know if I joined a little bit later, so I don't know if that's even been touched on, like where you're even seeing the signs beforehand. I have two friends who have been married in the last couple of years, and I think their relationships with their mother-in-laws have definitely improved. But during the engagement period, it was very interesting. So I have one friend who her and her mother-in-law were basically best friends during the dating period. But once her now husband proposed, it was an issue. And I think part of it might have been like the reality of him being the only son, and he's actually going away and starting his own family. So that's what I think might have been that issue there. And then another friend who got married in the last year or two, her relationship with her mother-in-law has also improved. And part of it too, I think, is as a lot of folks and yourself have been saying, in terms of the husband or the son managing that relationship. And but one of my friends who got married, so her husband, his mom only has boys. She has three boys, and he's, I think, the middle son. And I know parents aren't supposed to have favorites, but it's kind of obvious he's her favorite. So another situation of him getting married, I guess kind of being like one of those realities that was very difficult for her to get adjusted to. But I think part of it too, because even like with the person that I'm dating, I think a lot of it has to do with knowing who your parents really are. Because he tells me all the time, like his mom's a troublemaker. She's a
She's
troublemaker.
a troublemaker.
Like,
He knows that the mother is a troublemaker. I love that.
he tells me like all the time. He's like,
That's good.
and I always try to
That's
see like
good.
I always try to see like the good in people, and he's like, stop defending her. You don't even know her. Like
You
she's
don't know her like he does.
yeah. He's like, trust me
Yeah.
when I say this. She's a
If
troublemaker.
the guy
Everybody
you're
knows.
dating tells you the mother is a troublemaker, Sheila, you better believe it.
He's like, trust me when I say this. Like she's an instigator. She's always starting things where there isn't things to be started. It's quite ridiculous. So I think the bit that I just want to say is I think it's important as a child, knowing the parent that you're dealing with. And I also agree with the folks who've made the point as to not having your parents live with you. I think parents can be great support, especially like, if you do have
Pay for your childcare, please.
yeah, like in terms
It's cheaper than divorce.
yeah,
It's either you pay for your child, especially if you have a parent-in-law that is likely to cause problem.
yeah,
It's cheaper because people think they are saving money by bringing their parents-in-law.
yeah.
But if that marriage is going to end, divorce is more expensive than childcare.
It is. And then
Yeah.
I think too, like another thing that just from observations of that I'm just taking in, like of other people who are married, because I think like it's good to see other folks their mistakes so you can take that learning lesson. So ideally you don't go through it. But one thing too that I've noticed is that sometimes and I don't know if it's like a psychology
Yeah.
thing.
Can you round up, Sheila? Because of time, I need to move.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
1 minute.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hmm.
I guess just the point that I want to make is it's just being aware of folks' their characters and knowing how to manage those relationships before you even bring somebody into the situation, knowing that for example,
Hmm.
person I'm dating, he thinks his mother is a troublemaker and he knows how to manage her.
Yeah.
And like even like my relationship with her, like he actually tries to distance me from her. And he says, trust me, I'm protecting you. So
Yeah.
that's
He
my
sounds like a good man, to be honest. Sounds like a good man. I like him. I like him because you're dating and he's already telling you about his mom. And so listen, thank you very much, Sheila, for sharing. Sorry if I'm rushing you. It's just because of time. Because I want to try and get in as many people as possible. All right. Thank you so much for joining us from the DMV. Hopefully, when I come to America, we'll be able to hang out and have a good time. I am coming to America in this summer. I'm coming. So yeah, look forward to that. Okay, Okayemi, you are next.
Hi, Auntie V. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, how are
Happy New
you?
Year. I'm fine.
Where are you
Happy
joining
New
us
Year.
from?
From Virginia.
Oh, still the DMV area. Okay,
Ah,
welcome.
thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This topic, I would just say for people that are not married, the best bet is just watch out during the courtship time, when during the dating period, just watch out. There are some people that are just out there to just get daughters-in-laws, to just get sons-in-laws, to make sure that nothing works because of we are bound by blood. Is my brother, is my sister. We own him or we own her. Like I would say in my own case now, I got married super early. I got married at 24. And by the
Mm,
grace of God, this January clocks 12 years in my marriage. And I would say it has not been a easy journey. Like, although I don't have a mother-in-law, I don't have a mom. At times I do wish I have mother-in-law when it comes to, oh, I should have been able to do this if I have mothers-in-law that can stay with me. At the same time, I would just quickly snap out of it like, you don't have mothers-in-law, but even the sisters-in-laws that you have, you are already having issues. Now to think of seeing them as you are looking as if they are the mother-in-law. What do you think would have survived this? And
Yeah.
oftentimes I always say, if I was to still be in Nigeria, probably my marriage will have ended long time ago. Because, I have this sister-in-law. She was the immediate, sister to my husband, and
I hear.
she would just say to me, how is my brother doing? I know my brother is gentle. Don't give my brother trouble because you are the outgoing. I'm like, I'm not the outgoing person. Like, people call me get inside chat. Like, I don't even know anything when it comes to relationship, this and that. Like, it's your brother that is exposing me. Like, so you now saying your brother is cool, this and that. So I thought she was coming from the place of love, from the place of she looking out for me. But to her, she was kind of trying to direct everything, organize everything in my own marriage. And it got to a stage that something happened. One of our sisters here in Obodo farm, and she called me and she's like, Sister, where do you notice something? I don't know. Because my husband was in the military, so he will constantly, on deployment. So I have
They brought Obodo farm into your marriage.
so the Obodo farm, like she kind of like tried to give me heads up, like something is wrong with my husband, but she couldn't like go deep, 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 deep. She just, kind of phrase everything like so that girl just be on the lookout. So me having to deal with issues of sisters-in-law, they're now hearing this from the sister. So I'm like, okay, let me just check on my husband and see what's going on with him. And my son, because I had my son after 6 years of my marriage. So I'm like, okay, let me check on him this day. And he just flipped the whole story, and
Somebody say I should ask you, that your sister-in-law, is she married or single?
she's married now, but then she was single. And I'll be like, okay, what's going on? This and that. My husband just flipped everything, before I knew it.
I hear some sister-in-laws are even the ones that are the monsters.
Before I knew it, it got to a stage that the families were being called, and me that I just called somebody to ask the question. Me, I was like, I asked my husband the question. I was still waiting for let's trash this out, like let's have a conversation. But this whole thing has escalated behind me. Like, the family members were now calling me like, are you sure that you are okay? Are you sure that you are? I'm like, what's going on? Can somebody just, And before I knew it, this sister-in-law just called me like, even if your marriage is going to, scatter, even if it's going to end, is it not too early to end now? So I'm like, oh, wait, sis, where is this coming from? Are you wishing that my marriage ends? You don't even know what happened. You don't even know what led to this. Instead of you trying to talk to your brother or whatever you have had, it's me you are charging after and things like that. And lo and behold, when every other thing
Were
settles,
you
my
talking to
husband.
your husband in all this back and forth with sister-in-law and all these in-laws?
Yeah, at the long run, my husband, like, it was like he came out, it was like, okay, this is what happened. I'm the one at fault. I was passing through some things, this and that. I think I was he apologized from the families and everything. But yeah, this sister-in-law, they don't want to hear it too. My husband will come back from America to Nigeria to play. Okay, after 2 years of seeing my wife, let me come. They will take my husband out. Let's go this, let's go shopping, let's go this. Since morning, I'll be waiting for my husband. When it's nighttime, okay, let's go inside. If it's 30 minutes discussion we can have before we go to bed, they will still come to the bedroom. They will now be knocking the door. Hello, brother, I want to talk to you. Okay, let me quickly answer them. Then when he's coming back, another person will knock. But I want to talk to you. So it got to a point at the particular time in my life, this particular day, I just felt like, if you can speak up for me, if you can defend me because you are a cool person, like, you don't know, you are so bound to your family, I think I have to work.
That is a problem.
By myself.
Let me tell you something. This is what we're saying. Obviously, your husband, I'm sorry, but he hasn't left to cleave.
Yes.
You need to leave to cleave.
Yes. That's the thing.
Why are your in-laws so much into your relationship and your marriage? Why?
Because
why are the sisters so much into the marriage?
Because they felt like they don't have father, they don't have mother.
So bloody what? He's married.
So it kind of generated. So this particular night, I was just so frustrated. Like, what's this rubbish? So I was trying to sleep, having a nice moment with my husband, and they were keeping knocking the door, drag him out. I just went to the wardrobe, put on two jeans, used belt, and I just slept on the bed. And later, around 1 a.m., when they are done with the discussion and everything, he was knocking the door.
What are they discussing at night that they will be
Sister
discussing
B,
at 12
Sister
a.m.?
B,
What are
Sister
they
B,
witches?
Sister B,
What are they discussing?
ask me till now. That discussion, I don't know what it's all about.
You see, I have a problem with all this. You know, when it comes to in-law thing, we all have it in across cultures in Nigeria, but the Yoruba one is too close for.
Yes, so
I can't. No, I could not have married a Yoruba man because I cannot do all that.
honestly,
I
especially
can't do
for
all
Yoruba
that. I
people,
beg, I beg, I beg, I beg.
and this
What
is
is
not
that?
because people. I believe this is not because we are trying to trash people or trash culture, but
It's not trash.
especially
I know. My
Yoruba
sister is
people,
married to a Yoruba man. I know.
Yoruba people,
The Yoruba
it's so
one is
disgusting.
deep. It's too
It's so
deep.
disgusting. So this day, I was just like, I've had enough of this. So he came back around 1 a.m. like, knocking, what are you? Let's have a nice moment. I'm like, you have sisters in the living room. It is better to go and have nice moment with them. And it's like, what's all this?
Why are they in your house at that time of the
You
day?
are here.
Why?
I'm like, you are here.
Don't they
They,
have their own house?
they moved from another state down to Ibadan. I'm like, you've been here. You are here. You're going to spend at least 3 weeks with me. And you are here first week. I can't even get hold of you. So that I don't have this issue of sister. Stay that 1 week with them so that you can come home, no distraction, no nothing. And they followed you home down to my own city. I'm like, this is nonsense. And he thought I was joking, I was just like, this is the height of it. And we discussed about it and everything. And
You
like,
shouldn't be the one that opinionated Jen.
yes,
He
so
should be the one that will stand up and tell them this is my wife.
yes, so but like
It's the man, it's your husband that should put the
some
boundaries.
men don't know how to put boundaries. So if you know that your men don't know how to put boundaries, and you cannot suffocate in your marriage, if whatever you can, fix with wisdom, fix it. Whatever you cannot fix, and that you cannot tolerate the extent of where that nonsense is going, it's better you live in peace before they pieces you and now trying to pack your pieces of no. I just felt like, okay, by so soon I will be joining my husband, this and that, this and that, this and that.
Are you sure you won't bring them abroad?
Sister B, I got to abroad. I thought I'm free. This same sister-in-law called me like, what are you doing now? I'm like, I'm home. I'm in my husband's house. I know you're your husband's house. You have not been working. After 2 years of getting to the abroad, I'm like, I have little keys in my hand. This community that we have, my husband in the military, they posted him to where only white Indian people are. We that are blacks there, we know ourselves. Like, I can't even take the kids to the daycare and things like that. I don't know how they're going to treat my kids. So because I have to put in extra work to work so that your brother can send you money. So you have to come and charge at me that it's because I'm not working. That's why your brother is not having enough to send home to
They
you.
followed you to America as well.
And she was like, are you the only one that's going to have children in America? After all, we have people that will have multiple kids. They don't even have husband. And yet they work. Yet they balance their life. Yet they do this. I just told her, now you are married. Just pray that every of your girl child that you're going to give birth to, this problem that you are giving
Is she
to me.
doing this from Nigeria? She was doing it from in America. She's still in Nigeria and controlling your
She's still,
marriage in
yes,
America.
so in America.
It seems like you guys need therapy.
That's why I just told her, just pray that every of your girl child that you will give birth to, this that you are doing to me, they will see more than that when they are getting married in their husband's house. And she's like, are you cursing me? I'm like, I'm not cursing you, but if whatever you are doing to me now seems like you are frustrating my life and you are doing the ability, they know that curse is for you and your children. And since then, like this, Sabi, she never called me. We just love each other from afar. And I'm enjoying my peace. The only thing we know we have together is Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, Happy Easter, Happy Easter. And though I want to have a good relationship with them, but they are just like, no. Since this guy has come to take our brother away, it's like our financial aspect is being blocked.
Why do you feel that you need that relationship? Why? Why do you feel that you need?
Sister B, people get married for different issues, for different reasons. And whatever our reasons is, let's not think about what is happening at that moment. Let's think about 10
You
years,
didn't answer
15
my
years
question. I'm
down
asking
the
you,
line.
why do you feel that you need a relation? You are telling me about different issues. Why do you feel
Because
that
why I said that
even
is
in
because
America, with everything
if
fine
I've
in
known better, yes, if I've
I was
known
asking
better,
you, why
I'll
do you
probably
still
not
feel
have
that you
gotten
still need the
into it.
relationship in America? when you've left where they were doing all their night meeting? Why do you feel that you still need the relationship with your sister-in-laws?
I just felt like at least my kids should know this is where their father is from, this that's where, family, siblings, things like that. It's not possible, probably because of me, but I'm just trying to, mend things so that my kids can, at least know a reasonable, have a, reasonable family like this. Okay, I know my mom's siblings. How come I didn't know my dad's siblings? So I was trying to do that, but it's not working. So I just felt like, you know what, F it. If this is what is going to take us, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, Happy holiday, Happy this, and that what we have been doing now for the past 6 years. Nobody will call me and say, how is my brother doing? How is my brother's children doing? They just say happy, and that's it. And I'm enjoying my peace now. But if I should have been in Nigeria by now, it would have been over a long time ago.
How is your relationship with your husband now?
With my husband now, people always think that I'm cooking the food for him. One day he called me. He was like, I think they
Yoruba
did
women
something
like
for you.
marriage. When I just asked her about her husband, can you hear the smile? She's
Honestly,
talking, I can hear the smile. It's
honestly,
my husband now.
honestly,
People just think
one like people they really call me from his work. People will call me from. It's like
oh my
they have done
god.
something for you,
Her
like your
voice
husband.
changed.
Yes, they'll say
Like your
that your
husband has
husband when they
therefore.
say yes, they have therefore when they are saying this at work when
When
he
I
work
like
when a
marriage,
female worker is working like that, like they
Nigerian
will say
women like marriage,
ah
but Yoruba women they like marriage on another level.
yes, so on another level. On another
Yeah,
level, it's like
your
a career
husband
on
now.
its own.
My
It's like
husband
another,
now.
it's like a first degree, a career on its own. Like ah,
Marriage is good. I'm not gonna
ah,
lie. It's okay.
honestly, I
Face
just
your
think so.
Akpayemi, face your husband. Oshogba. Just face your husband. Thank you very much because you have a lot to say, but I gotta go. It's 2 hours. I said I will not do it 2 hours again. Face your husband and face your children. They will know their father's family. They know where they come from. Okay? Teach them history of where they come from. Okay? Don't allow anybody from, even people that are not you first. If you were in Nigeria, like you said, your marriage would have been ended. But now you're in America. So face your husband. Continue to love and build together. Yeah. Okay. Temiti, what were you saying? Somebody was saying something in the comment section. It's Cynthia that was saying, I'm with a Yoruba man. Should I be worried? No, you don't have to be worried. When we talk about these things, we're not generalizing everybody. Okay? It's not all Yoruba it's a cultural thing when we talk about in-laws in Yoruba land, right? Respect is big in Yoruba land, but you don't need to be worried. I don't think you should be worried. The important thing is that know the in-laws with the family that you're getting into. Make sure your husband is living to Cleveland. It's not doing like Okpayemi's family where they will be holding meeting at 2 a.m., 1 a.m. in the night. It's about competing for the attention of the person. And she said that the reason why they were doing that is because they felt like they don't have parents anymore. So maybe it was the Olori Ebi, I don't know. All right. It's a cultural thing, but we can't say that there's a lot of all this going on because the man is Yoruba or the woman is Yoruba. It's just about the culture of you have to marry your in-laws, you have to respect your in-laws. It's very, very big in the culture. But a lot of Yoruba men still understand that this is my wife. Shebi Uncle Ade is a Yoruba man. Uncle Ade that spoke to us earlier on that married a woman from Caribbean. He's a Yoruba man. He's not having all that nonsense, no? So, Cynthia, you don't need to be worried, okay? All right, we're closing now. I gotta go. I've done 2 hours. I said I wasn't going to do 2 hours this year, but this topic is long. Olumide, hi, you've been waiting for a long time.
I know.
Sorry for the long wait and I appreciate your patience. Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm joining you from Chicago.
Chicago. Can you speak a little bit up so we can hear you?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Better. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, Auntie B, thank you so much for the show. It was anyway, you always have an amazing show and your show keep me busy. So this is the first time of me calling actually. So
thank you.
I have a contribution anyway. So like I know a lot of families in Nigeria, they are doing too much. But one thing I would say is that the family also in Nigeria, let me tell you in the good aspect, the family in Nigeria and Africa really help to strengthen the family, the marriage abroad. They help a lot to strengthen the marriage in Nigeria and also in abroad. Because, like for an example, here in United States, if you get married and your wife said it's done, it's over, it's over. The family will never talk to you. Nobody will have anything to do with you. You understand?
I don't think
Because
I understand. What do you mean?
so I'm just trying to like let you know the good aspect, the good contribution of families in African marriage, and also the bad aspect of families in African marriage. So I was
Okay.
just letting you know, like all the clinching, all the family interference stuff, like it help in a little way in African marriage. Just because like sometimes there is an issue in the family come in and try to like share more knowledge about the issues, and sometimes it bring the family together. But like take an
When you say family, do you mean
yeah.
the husband, wife, children, or you mean the extended family?
No, I'm just saying like maybe for example I get married, and I have issue in my family in my marriage, and the issues my wife said is over, and I explained to my family, they can try to like contribute towards like no, it cannot be done. Try to like settle the issues. I was just telling you the good aspect of like
We
what they
know
are
the good
doing.
aspect. Oh, so you are saying
So
that if a marriage fails, that your extended family is the one you fall back to?
no. They are in a position to help the marriage better in a little way compared to here in America system. Because in our broad system, once the woman said it's done or the man said it's done, the family will not communicate. They will not try in any way to make the family good, to make the marriage work again. They will not. You understand? Like when one party said it's over, it's over. You understand?
So you are talking generally now. I want because we are ending, and
Yeah. So my
you're a
contribution
first time
towards
caller,
that.
so I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
be,
Let me
reason
let
along
me.
with you. Let's be specific. We are talking about
Okay.
in-laws.
Okay. So let me talk about the in-law aspect. I think
Yes.
the issue about this in-law aspect, people have not been talking about where the issue comes from. And I can
Okay.
categorically tell you that this issue of in-law comes from Nollywood. Number one,
Nollywood.
Nollywood. It comes a lot from Nollywood. It comes a
Okay.
lot from Nollywood. Nollywood has so many contributions because take for an example, if I am innocent, you understand, I don't even know how to kiss, how to make maybe like first approach to my girlfriend. And I sat down with my girlfriend, we were watching a movie, and in the movie watching, we can see people kissing each other. So in a romantic way, we can try to like, do something that they're doing because like they are the same, the same people like us. So like I have watched so many movies that of the Nollywood, whatever they are called, is it Nollywood, Bollywood, all those Nigerian movies, they have contributed so bad to the extent that I was like, really? How come my sister
How
like
did
me?
Nollywood contribute to
Okay,
issues of in-laws and mother-in-law? Because we've always had issues of mother-in-laws in Nigeria as far back as when I was growing up in the 80s. So how did Nollywood make it
yeah.
worse?
So exactly. So like it's because what they demonstrate in the film, in the movie. I have watched a movie so many things that I know it's what happened in our society. It's what happened in our society that they
Are you
bring
saying
out
that
there.
the couples, the men and women, are copying the actors on Nollywood?
As them that may be the issue because like I said, I have watched so many movies that like maybe like like this the last caller now we were talking about his family coming interfering in the marriage and is contributing so bad to the marriage. I have watched so many scenario skin that the family will come to the house, they will be beating the wife in so many ways.
So a man,
And
are you saying that if a man is watching that, he can copy that behavior? I mean,
sometimes
he will allow his family to
so
behave like
so
that and not do something.
here's the thing, like somebody like me now, I am a voice in my family. Nobody can tell me what to do, what not to do. I am man enough to put my family in their position. I can put my father in their position. Like I said to myself, I said, if I get married, my wife will never disrespect my family, and my
Somebody say you
family
should
will
stop watching
never.
Nollywood.
No, no,
Olumide, somebody say
yeah,
stop watching Nollywood. I agree.
yeah. Like I said, like I can put myself I can put my family in a good spot. Like I said, my wife will not disrespect my family, and my family will never disrespect my wife.
Okay.
Nobody in my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother can never like talk bad to my wife. You understand? Like take a
Yeah.
look at the last caller now. The last caller she was the one fighting the battle that his husband supposed to fight for him. Meanwhile,
Absolutely.
take a look at the first caller, the lady that was putting a mom in a right position that you
Yes.
contribute. That is how it's supposed to be.
Right.
That is how exactly it's supposed to be. Like, like talk to your mother. Like his mother come
I agree
from
with you, but that
Nigeria.
has got nothing to do with it's got nothing to do with Nollywood though.
No, like I said, take a look at it now. Let me give you another scenario. In Nigeria now, we so much appreciate the abuse of a military. You understand? And all those we appreciate, like what did I want to say? Like the influencer in Nigeria, the influencer. There's so much put the abuse of these military, like military abusing the civilian, like slapping, all those things, there is a lot of abusing of military in
Okay,
a
so
skit
that's not
movie.
relevant to our conversation. I'm trying to understand you. Okay, Olumide, tell me, you live in America, right?
Okay, yeah.
Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Okay. Are you planning to marry sometime, maybe soon?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Are you gonna marry from Nigeria or from America?
Actually, that is the conversation. It all depends. But like somebody like me, I live most of my life in Nigeria, so I probably want to marry in Nigeria.
Okay. No, not in Nigeria. I mean, like marry from Nigeria to somebody from Nigeria to bring to the abroad, or marry a Nigerian who live abroad. I'm not saying marry in
It's like I said, it's gonna be. I will want to live my life in Nigeria. So if I have to marry, I will probably want to marry in a place that I can stay. I can bring my family, and my family will agree with me to be like, okay, let us relocate, and it will be successful. So I think if Nigeria will be the case, then definitely it will be in Nigeria.
Did you just relocate to America, if I can ask?
I've been here for like 8 years now.
Oh, okay. Are you currently dating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is she a Nigerian?
Yeah, she's the Nigerian.
Oh, okay. I mean, you said quite a lot. I mean, maybe you were nervous because you're a first-time caller, and so you were all over the place. But I got one thing I got from what you said that I'm going to hold on to, because you kind of you were distracted talking about military and Hollywood and all that. But there's something you said I'm going to hold on to. You said that it is you as a man that should be in charge. You should be the one that will set your family straight. You're not going to allow your wife to do the work. You are the one that will tell your wife, respect my family. You tell your family, respect my wife. So on a very positive note, I take that. Thank you so much, Olumide. I wish you the very best of luck. I appreciate you for calling us, and I hope you are able to, you know, demonstrate that when you eventually get married, it is well with you, it is well with us. Over the farm, I'm calling it a night. It's 2 hours. I'm not staying long again. Thank you so much, everybody. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so. I gotta go. So I have a show set up for Thursday, but I'm going to come back tomorrow. There's something I want to talk about. Okay. You see the Alima situation. There's something I want to touch on. I want to talk I want to discuss the Alima situation from the perspective of Apostle's wife. There's a lot on my mind to say about Apostle's wife, the wives of these philandry men. So let's talk about it tomorrow. There's a lot of lessons to learn. Okay. So we'll be here tomorrow. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, everybody that called in from Bodade, Olumide, Fechi's family, Temidi. Is it Temidi? No, Bebim called, all of you that called, Embassy, all the people that put comments here, give us a thumbs up. Yeah. Ola says she's an accomplished. You're already judging her. How do you know she's accomplished? How do you know, Ola? You should be calming down. You need to be calming down. Anyway, let's talk about it tomorrow. There's a lot I want to talk about tomorrow about that. I just feel like, I don't like to dwell on issues to be making videos about the same thing. But this evening, I realized that I don't have closure about that matter. There's something I still want to say about it. So let's talk about it tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Accountability. Yes, we love that. Accountability. Judge reality. You're speaking my language. Stop blaming game on 2023. All over the farm. Stop blaming everybody. Look inwards. Take a look at the mirror. Make the change that you wish to see. Finally, on this matter of in-laws, you gotta do the work. If you're a mother, stay in your lane, respect yourself. Ejo, don't let them go and be praying for you to delete before they will marry your son. Me, like this. We've had, in-laws in the past that so many stories, horror stories, but if you know better, you got to do better. So if you are a man, you are married, please don't allow you get to the situation of that brother in America that the girlfriend is hijacking the door and say the mother cannot come out. I was so not happy with that situation. No, don't allow you get handle the issue before you get to that point. If you're a woman and it's your mother that is coming to live with you, learn from, honey babe. Learn from Tammy. Don't allow your husband to be the one that is confronting your mother. Confront your mother and put her in her place. Ejo tori Olohun. It's not fair to allow your spouse to be the one fighting your dirty battle because you are too weak to fight it. And if you're a man, please understand that you have to live to cleave. If you are not ready to leave your mother, you are a mama's boy, you are still clinging on to your mommy's April spring, or you are still sucking Bobo, or you are still sucking Bobby, stay with your mother. Choba. And stop watching Nollywood. Marine call Cynthia. And I don't know where this Nollywood one came from. This one was a shock. He said it's Nollywood. It's Nollywood. We blame Nollywood for a lot of things. I've never seen anybody blaming Nollywood for why marriages are collapsing. Oh, Lumide say it's Nollywood, so stop watching Nollywood. Before you stop, make sure you watch. What's that movie that India do just directed? It's on Netflix. I just finished watching it. The one that has Chidi. Is it Chidi they call him? It's very, very good. Go and watch it before you stop. That our brother was so passionate. He's been waiting, no? He sent me a message in the private chat. He said, Auntie B, I'm waiting. I said, sorry, sir. I'm coming. It's turn by turn. Shanty time. Go and watch Shanty time before you stop watching them. You better stop watching Hollywood. I'm telling you now. Don't learn any bad behavior. Don't go and be a nasty mother-in-law like Mama G. Oh my God, I'm done, guys. I'm done. Stop watching Patience Ozokolu. Stop watching her. Hey, Tori Olohun. It's acting. That is acting. That's not who they are. Hey, Joe. Well, I'll be like Nollywood. Eshe, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Give us a thumbs up. Stop. Go and watch Shantytown first before you stop. Bye, guys. I've had a good laugh today. Egbami. Only Nollywood is at fault. Let's blame Hollywood for how the marriages are failing in America. Hollywood. Odabo. Good night. Oh my God.